Okay, in this question, we have the following function f of x, and we define g of x to be this ratio, and the question is to evaluate the function g at x equal 27. So just put x equal 27 in the formula for g. That is the question, and then choose the choice from A, B, C, or D. So we will start by looking carefully at f, so we write it in a better form. So notice that f is 1/2 x squared, and then this radical that you see here is power half, as you know. This is like power 1/2, and so the inside of it is x times this second one is the cubic root of x, which is x to the 1/3. So this becomes 1/2 x squared, and then these two together, when you multiply them, notice that this will give you x, and then you add the powers. 1 plus 1/3, which will be x to the 4/3. And so this will be x to the 4/3, all of it to the 1/2. Okay, let me just fix this. And now look at this. We can use the things that we know. This will be 1/2 x squared. And now, if you remember, if you have power of a power, you need to multiply these two powers. And so this will give you x to the power 4/3 times 1/2. And so if you do actually 4/3 times 1/2, the 2 cancels with the 4 becomes 2, and so you get x to the power 2/3. So this will be 1/2 x squared times x to the power 2/3. Now, since you have x here and x here, you can multiply the 2 by adding the powers. So this becomes 2 plus 2/3. And finally, 2 plus 2/3, if you want we can do it here quickly. 2 plus 2/3. If you want you can make the same denominator, so it's times 3, 2 times 3 is 6, plus 2/3. 6 plus 2 is 8/3. So this is the power 8/3. What is this 1/2 x to the power 8/3? It's all of this f. We started really with a complicated looking function, and we followed the steps one after another, until we found that it wasn't really a bad function. It was just that we needed to use our knowledge of algebra to make it look nice. Like right now you can write it like this, and also remember that this is the same as if you want to write it in terms of roots. This will be the cubic root of x, that's like power 1/3, raised to the power 8. You can write it like this, or you can write it as 1/2 x to the power 8, all of it cubic root. These both ways are fine, and you know that this from college algebra. So let's now come back and see, instead of all of this, I'm going to say my f of x. Let's write it here. Now our real function f of x is 1/2 x to the power 8/3. And everything that was written here was just to prove this fact. So you see at the end we reached that it is 1/2 times, or here, those two are just other ways of writing the answer. But if you want the answer as a fractional power, the fractional power is 8/3. So notice that if this is our f, then immediately you can get easily also the derivative f prime. That will be half times the 8/3 comes down because it's the power rule, and then you subtract 1 from the 8/3. So this will be 2 cancels, this 4, so you get 4/3 x to the power 8/3 minus 1. So it's 1 is like 3/3, so it will be 5/3. This you can do easily also on your calculator if you don't want to spend time on doing fractions, addition and subtraction. And notice that here they're also asking about f double prime. That's why actually I have f, I simplified it, then I found f prime, and last thing is find f double prime. So I'm going to erase this since it's recorded. You can come back to it at any time, or maybe try not to delete anything yet and just find f double prime. So let's try here. F double prime of x equals, and it will be, this will come down, and so you'll have 4/3 times 5/3 x to the power 5/3 minus 1. Just we applied the power rule, and so 20/9 x to the 5/3 minus 3/3, it will be 2/3. So here finally is f double prime. Let me now look what I will do. I'll write them again, but here f of x equals, you remember it was 1/2 x to the 8/3. Then f prime of x, we got it to be f prime here, yeah, it's 4/3 x to the power 5/3. And last but not least, f double prime of x was the last one we did. It was 20/9. You see here, the last one here. 20/9 x to the 2/3. 20/9 x to the 2/3. Notice that all of them, yeah, well, why am I doing this? I will tell you now. They want g of 27. So notice that g of 27 will be just f of 27 over f prime of 27 times f double prime of 27. So all what you need to do is replace 27. So you'll put x equal 27 in each one of these for x. So what I mean exactly is that this x equal 27, replace it in each of these and then combine them in this way. That will give you g. But notice that we know something. The cubic root of 27, we know that it's equal to 3. If you didn't know, it will not affect you that much, but then it will be just a little more complicated to deal with powers. But notice that here, this means that this is 1/2. First, I will tell, yeah, okay, so it's 1/2 cubic root of x to the power 8. This is 4/3 cubic root of x to the power 5. And the last one is 20/9. Let me write 20 again nicely. So 20/9 radical, cubic radical of x squared. I wrote them like this because I know that I will do cubic root of 27 and I know it's 3. So that will make it just easier to substitute things. So you'll say here, this means that f of 27 is 1/2. Now cubic root of 27, that will be 3. So let me write it like this, cubic root of 27 to the power 8, which is half times 3 to the power 8. Okay, so now the second one, f prime at 27, just substitute 27 instead of x here, and the cubic root of it is 3. So this will be 4 over 3 times 3 to the power 5, and this last one, f double prime of 27, will be, you replace 27 here instead of x, cubic root of 27 is 3, and so you'll get 20 over 9 times 3 squared. Okay, so therefore, what is g of 27? G of 27, they gave us at the beginning, they said g of x is f of x over f prime of x times f double prime of x. So we just follow the formula and substitute. Remember, f of 27 is here. That is f of x, that is f of 27. So I will replace here half times 3 to the power 8 over, now f prime of 27 is here. So instead of it, I'll write 4 over 3 times 3 to the power 5. That's f prime times f double prime. Let's do it with this color. F double prime of 27 is here. So 20 over 9 times 3 squared. Okay, good. Now evaluate this thing. Notice 3 to the 5 times 3 squared together, this will give you 3 to the 7. And because you have 3 to the 7 and here 3 to the 8, it will go away and you'll have just 3 left. So now you can take this with this and just have 3. So and this means that this will become 3 over 2 up, and then 4 over 3 times 20 over 9. So it is 3 over 2 over 4 times 20 is 80 over 3 times 9 is 27. And if you remember, now I want to evaluate this. So remember, if you have a over b divided by c over d, okay, this is the same as a over b times the reciprocal of c over d, so d over c. So this becomes AD over BC. It means that this multiplies the denominator. So the numerator of the numerator multiplies the denominator of the denominator, and the denominator of the numerator multiplies the numerator of the denominator. So in any case, you get this. And this means that our answer, I'll write it here, will be 3 over 2 times the reciprocal of 80 over 27. So it's 27 over 80. And so 3 times 27 over 2 times 80. Finally, 3 times 27 will be 81. And 2 times 80 is 160. So this here is the answer. Let me just write the 100 better, the 1 here better, like this, yeah. So this here is our answer, and so you go back and you'll see that it's the second choice. The one here, 81 over 160. So in this case, B is the right one. Yeah, 81 over 160. Good. And I will stop here.